Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly the energy just shifted? Like people were laughing a second ago and now they are awkwardly quiet? Not because you said anything, not because you did anything, just because you showed up. It is strange, right? But you feel it. Deep down, you know what that silence means. It is not disrespect. It is not confusion. It is recognition. They feel something on you that they cannot explain. They cannot quite put it into words, but your energy is louder than any noise they have ever made. And maybe, just maybe, it has always been like this. Even back when they used to laugh at your pain, when people misunderstood your silence and called it weakness, or when they thought you were lost because you chose to walk alone. But now everything is different. You are no longer the one being looked down on. You are the one they avoid eye contact with. Not because they hate you, but because something about you speaks truth. And truth makes people uncomfortable. Your presence holds weight, and that weight comes from what you have survived, from the healing you have done quietly, from the spiritual battles you never told anyone about. You are not loud, but your silence, it is powerful. You are not trying to be better than anyone. You just became who you were always meant to be, and that alone is enough to disturb their spirit. So tell me, have you noticed it too? If your soul is nodding right now, I want you to pause and type 999 in the comments. That is your confirmation. You are the one. You have always been the one. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you just do not fit in with what everyone else is doing? Like, while others are chasing trends, comparing lives, following every new thing that shows up on their screen, you are sitting quietly, listening to your inner voice, knowing that your path has to be different. It is not that you think you are better. It is just that something deep within you refuses to follow the crowd. You feel it, right? That quiet resistance in your soul. That pull to walk a different path, even if it means walking alone for a while. And guess what? That is your power. That is what makes you untouchable. You do not need their validation, their approval, or their permission. You do not operate within their system because you were not built by it. The rules they live by, the ones based on popularity, clout, status, and performance, they do not apply to you because your calling came from something much higher than social opinion. You are led by alignment, not by applause. That makes people uncomfortable. Because when you choose to be your authentic self, when you do not need to perform or pretend, others who are still wearing masks start to feel exposed. And it is not your fault. Your freedom just reminds them that they are still stuck. So if you have ever wondered why you always feel out of place in certain groups, or why some people keep trying to push you into a mold that does not fit, now you know. You were chosen to stand out, not to blend in. You are not weird. You are just awake in a world that runs on autopilot. Let us take a breath here because this one is personal. You have been through a lot, more than most people even realize. You have walked through fire. You have cried behind closed doors. You have faced days where even getting out of bed felt like a battle. And still you are here. That alone is proof. Whatever was sent to destroy you, whether it was betrayal, abandonment, disappointment, financial loss, spiritual warfare, it failed. And not only did it fail, it made you stronger. Think about it. You did not just survive the chaos. You learned from it. You learned how to set boundaries. You learned who was real and who was pretending. You learned how to turn pain into wisdom. And here is the most beautiful part. You did all that silently. Nobody clapped. Nobody posted about it. But heaven saw you. God was watching the whole time. Your healing, your growth, your resilience. None of it went unnoticed. There is a kind of protection around you now that you can feel but cannot fully explain. It is in the way doors close before you walk into the wrong place. It is in the way people exit your life without needing a final conversation. It is in the peace you feel, even when everything outside looks like chaos. That is divine protection. Not loud, not flashy, but constant. You are being covered because you have a purpose that cannot be delayed. So the next time you start doubting your journey, remember this. If the destruction had worked, you would not be reading this right now. You are not a mistake. You are the evidence of survival, living, breathing proof that what was sent to break you ended up building you. Let us talk about silence for a second. You know how sometimes you feel the urge to explain yourself, to defend your name, to correct every lie someone tells about you? Yeah, that urge is strong. But lately, something shifted in you. You stopped needing to be understood by everyone. You stopped trying to prove your worth. And in that silence, you found power. There is something very powerful about choosing not to engage. Not because you are weak, but because your peace is too expensive to lose over someone's misunderstanding. You realized that not every battle deserves your energy. Sometimes, silence is the loudest message you can send. Your strategic quietness, that is not avoidance. That is clarity. You now know when to speak, when to act, and when to just smile and let people think whatever they want. Because truth does not need defending. Time always reveals everything. And if you have been feeling like people misread your silence as weakness, let them. They will figure it out eventually. You are not the victim in this story. You are the architect. You are the one designing your life on purpose, choosing your responses, protecting your energy. And the beautiful part? You do not need an audience to validate your process. Sometimes the most powerful moves are made in the dark. So yes, you are quiet now, but not because you have nothing to say. It is because your spirit is focused on building. You are constructing something sacred, a version of you that is not reactive, but deliberate, not loud, but impactful. And the world will feel it soon enough. Have you ever noticed how just being yourself makes some people uncomfortable? Like you are not trying to argue. You are not calling anyone out. You are just existing. But somehow your truth rattles them. Your peace makes them fidget. Your presence brings out something they are not ready to face. That is because authenticity, real, raw, unapologetic authenticity, acts like a mirror. And when people are not living in their truth, your light exposes their shadows. You do not even have to say anything. Just being honest about your journey, your values, your boundaries, is enough to stir something in them. And here is the thing. It is not your job to fix their discomfort. You were not placed on this earth to shrink yourself just so others can feel more comfortable in their illusions. Sometimes the guilt they feel has nothing to do with you personally. It is just that your life is proof that it is possible to be real, that you can heal, grow, and still be kind without wearing a fake smile, that you can forgive without forgetting, that you can walk away without burning everything down. People who are not ready to do the work will always feel exposed around someone who has already done it. So the next time someone pulls away from you, acts cold, or throws subtle shade, do not take it to heart. Chances are your truth just reminded them of the lies they still live with. And honestly, that is a gift. You are not attacking them. You are just awake. And being fully alive in a world that thrives on pretense is more than rebellion. It is revelation. Now let us go deeper for a second. You know that pain you went through, the nights you cried, the moments you questioned everything, the memories you tried so hard to forget? What if I told you that none of it was wasted? That trauma, as heavy as it was, became your training ground. It did not define you, but it did shape something in you. You see, pain has a strange way of sharpening your discernment. It teaches you what words cannot. It exposes intentions. It builds endurance. It shows you who stays, who runs, and who just watches. And when you finally start healing, really healing, something beautiful happens. You begin turning your wounds into wisdom. You start making decisions not from fear, but from clarity. Suddenly, you are not reacting the way you used to. You are observing. You are pausing. You are thinking before you give your energy away. That is strategy. And it did not come from a book. It came from the battlefield of your life. People look at you and think, wow, you are so calm, so composed. But they have no idea that your calm came from chaos, that your balance came from breaking, that your strength is not loud, but deeply earned. You stopped seeking revenge. You started seeking alignment. And now, instead of trying to prove anything, you are focused on moving with purpose. You learned how to protect your peace without apology. You became strategic not out of manipulation, but out of survival. Because when you have lived through things that tried to destroy your spirit, you learn how to guard your soul differently. And that is not weakness. That is mastery. So yes, your trauma was real. But look at you now, turning every scar into a strategy, every breakdown into a blueprint. That is power. Quiet, humble, unshakable power. Let us be real here. Solitude used to feel like punishment, right? There was a time when being alone hurt, when the silence felt too loud, when you would do anything just to feel connected, even if it meant accepting less than you deserved. But somewhere along the way, that changed. You started enjoying your own company. You stopped chasing people who made you feel small. You realized that peace is not found in noise or in being surrounded by bodies. It is found in presence, in stillness, in being whole with yourself. Solitude stopped being loneliness and became sanctuary. You learned how to cook your own meals, sit with your thoughts, walk without needing to check your phone. You started reading, praying, journaling, whatever helped you reconnect with yourself. And slowly, you realized that the reason you were always drained was because you were constantly trying to fill others while running on empty. Now, you protect your energy like it is gold. Because it is. You are no longer desperate for company. You are selective about who gets access to your space. And that strength, that inner stillness, it scares people who have never sat alone with themselves. When others try to get a reaction out of you and you stay calm, they feel it. When you are unbothered by things that used to break you, they notice. Because there is power in not needing attention. There is power in not needing constant validation. And you found that power in solitude. You became your own safe space. So if you are currently walking through a season of isolation, please know this. It is not punishment. It is preparation. You are not being left behind. You are being positioned. Solitude is not the absence of love. It is the presence of clarity. And when you master that, you become unstoppable. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift, even before anyone spoke a word? It is not magic. It is not imagination. That is your intuitive vision in action. As a chosen one, you carry something rare, the gift of deep inner discernment. You see what is not being said. You feel what others try to hide. You notice the vibrations beneath the surface. And no, this is not just being sensitive. It is far more than that. This is your spiritual radar. Your intuitive vision is not loud. It is not flashy, but it is razor sharp. You can read between the lines, feel dishonesty in someone's smile, and sense when something just feels off. That is your gift working, not to make you paranoid, but to keep you safe. Your discernment is your defense. It is the very thing that makes manipulators uncomfortable around you. Why? Because they cannot fool you. You see through masks. You pick up on energy shifts. You feel when someone is pretending to care. And because you trust your intuition, you do not fall for traps easily. You can walk away from a relationship or friendship that looks perfect from the outside because your spirit knows better. And that right there, that is power. That is divine wisdom at work. Some people walk through life blindfolded, but you walk with insight. You are not just moving by logic, you are led by spirit. And that spirit, it guides you into alignment, protects your path. It whispers when danger is near. You ever noticed how, right before something toxic enters your life, you get that gut feeling, that nudge to pause, that sudden moment of clarity? That is not a coincidence. That is your divine compass warning you. So please never ignore it. Never doubt that soft voice inside. It is louder than any noise the world can make. Now let us talk about something even deeper. You were born to break what broke others. You are the generational curse breaker. And yes, that might sound dramatic to some, but you know in your heart how real it is. You were not raised with abundance, yet you have learned to be generous. You were not shown love the right way, yet you love with your whole heart. You saw addiction, poverty, chaos, but something inside you said, this cycle ends with me. And that choice, that power, that is spiritual warfare. You are not just healing yourself, you are healing your bloodline. You are correcting patterns that existed long before you were even born. You are praying prayers your ancestors never knew how to say. Think about that for a second. Every time you choose peace over drama, you are rewriting history. Every time you say, I will not raise my children the way I was raised, you are building a new legacy. Every time you choose therapy, prayer, or self-reflection, you are doing the work that your lineage avoided for generations. You are not weak for feeling tired. You are just doing the work of 10 lifetimes. So yes, it is hard. It is exhausting. Sometimes it feels unfair. But make no mistake, heaven celebrates every step you take. You are the bridge between what was and what will be. And that bridge is strong because it was built by fire. You were forged in fire. That is why your spirit refuses to break. And now we arrive at something that often goes unspoken. Your enemies fear your peace. Yes, you heard that right. They are not afraid of your money. They are not afraid of your clothes. They are not even afraid of your voice. They are afraid of your spiritual protection. You are a fortress, covered, surrounded, guarded. There is something about you that makes people hesitate before they attack. Have you ever noticed that? Even your enemies approach with caution. That is because your life is not open for spiritual ambush. There is a force around you, a shield that is not visible but felt. That shield? That is divine. That is why some people plan to harm you, but they end up harming themselves. That is why gossip dies before it reaches your ears. That is why traps get exposed before you fall into them. And no, it is not luck. It is your covenant. You are not walking alone. You carry angels with you. You carry a presence that cannot be explained. Some people might call it energy. Others call it aura. But we know what it truly is. It is God. It is protection. You are not just hard to touch, you are spiritually untouchable. So when people try to shake you and you stay calm, that terrifies them. When storms come and you still smile, that confuses them. You see, people expect you to break. They want you to lose your mind. But when you remain grounded, when you move in peace, when you refuse to be dragged into chaos, it disrupts their whole plan. Because peace is powerful. Stillness is powerful. And you, chosen one, are the living proof that divine protection is real. So here is what I want to ask you today. Have you forgotten how rare you are? Have you been second-guessing your vision? Downplaying your inner strength? Hiding the fact that you are the first in your family to do what you are doing? So, it is time to stop. It is time to walk boldly again. It is time to trust that quiet voice within. It is time to remind yourself that you are not just trying to survive. You are changing entire timelines. You are protected. You are chosen. And you are powerful in a way most people will never understand. Never dim that. Never doubt that. The more you walk in your truth, the more your enemies will run. Not because of your words, but because of your presence. Keep walking. Keep shining. You were never alone. Let them say nothing. You no longer need to prove who you are. You know what is powerful? It is when you reach that point in your life where you no longer feel the need to explain, convince, or prove your worth to anyone. That kind of inner silence is louder than any noise in the world. It is the energy of someone who has faced enough storms and finally realized, your existence is not a performance. Have you felt this shift? That moment when someone questions your choices and instead of reacting, you just smile? That smile, that is detachment. And that detachment is power. When you no longer chase validation from people who were never meant to understand you, you begin to rise. You stop watering dead gardens. You stop over-explaining your heart. And you begin walking in your truth with calm confidence. Let me ask you, how many times have you exhausted yourself trying to be enough for people who were committed to misunderstanding you? It is draining, right? And at some point your soul says, enough. I choose peace over performance. This is not arrogance. This is alignment. This is the maturity of the spirit that knows, I was never here to be accepted by everyone. I was here to remember who I am and walk boldly in that knowing, even if it unsettles a few. The mask slips. You see through the illusion. Let us talk about false identities for a moment. The world often tries to wrap you up in a label. Maybe they called you lazy, too emotional, too intense, too much, or not enough. And for a long time, maybe you believed it. You wore the mask they gave you, trying to survive, trying to be liked, trying to fit in. But now, you are removing that mask, piece by piece, because it was never you. When you begin to heal, you stop playing roles. You stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable. You stop hiding your voice. And that shift, that return to authenticity, it makes people nervous. Because when you stop lying to yourself, their lies about you start to crumble too. You become a mirror, a reflection of truth. And truth always exposes what is fake. That is why some people avoid you now. It is not because you have changed in a bad way. It is because you see too clearly. You ask real questions. You vibrate honesty. And in a world full of masks, your realness is revolutionary. So if they walk away, let them. You are not here to babysit false versions of yourself. Your power does not ask for permission. Can I tell you something freeing? You do not need anyone's permission to shine. Not anymore. Gone are the days when you waited for approval before making your next move. You have lived long enough in the cage of self-doubt. Now, you are moving with purpose and power even if nobody claps. And you know what? That kind of power makes people uncomfortable. Not because you are doing anything wrong, but because you are doing it without needing them. You see, when someone has to seek constant approval, they are easy to control. But when you validate yourself, you become unshakable. That confidence, it terrifies those who were used to your old version, the version that needed their applause to breathe. You are no longer that version. You write without asking if your words are too much. You dress without seeking compliments. You speak truth even when your voice shakes. You have given yourself the green light. And that internal permission, that is everything. So do not dim yourself just because others are used to shadows. Your light was always meant to lead. From attack to alchemy, turning negativity into power. Let me share something real with you. People are going to throw things your way, jealousy, judgment, rumors, passive-aggressive energy. That is life. But what you do with that energy, that is your superpower. You are learning how to transmute it. You are learning the alchemy of the soul. Instead of absorbing negativity, you redirect it. Instead of letting words break you, you let them build you. Instead of feeling defeated, you feel refined. Remember this: gold is refined by fire. Diamonds are formed under pressure. And your strength is shaped by every attack you have survived. So next time someone tries to dim your light, just smile. Let their noise become your background music. Let it remind you how far you have come. Because when you rise every time they expect you to fall, that is the most beautiful kind of revenge. Not bitterness, not hate, just evolution. Use their doubt as fuel. Use their disbelief as drive. Let every "you will never make it" become "watch me." And here is the most powerful part: you do not need to prove them wrong. You just need to keep walking, because your success is not built on their defeat. It is built on your purpose. There is something different about you now. Can you feel it? You are no longer triggered the same way. You are not explaining yourself every 2 minutes. You are not waiting for someone to clap for your healing. You have entered a space where your peace matters more than your image. Your purpose matters more than popularity. And your truth matters more than approval. This is not just growth. This is transformation. You are no longer looking to prove who you are, because you already know. You are no longer living in false masks, because you have returned to your true essence. You are no longer asking for permission, because your power is rooted in self-trust. And you are no longer breaking under pressure, because now you bend, you rise, and you glow. So ask yourself this: who are you when nobody is watching? Who are you when applause fades? That version of you is unstoppable. And that is what makes you so incredibly powerful. You are not who you used to be. You are chosen. You are protected. You are dangerous to darkness. The version of you that cried is gone. The version that doubted is gone. This is your divine era. Comment 999 if you receive this. Share this message if you feel this in your bones. And remember, they did not see your training, but they will witness your rise. You are not just rising, you are returning as the threat they never expected.